Welcome back to the Gridiron Expert. Week 8 of college football ended up being a fairly dull week as we only had two ranked versus ranked matchups, and both of those were complete blowouts as Penn State took easy care of Michigan and Notre Dame annihilated USC in South Bend. Besides that, everybody that won should have won. There weren't any major upsets besides that. All the other ranked teams took care of business, so the rankings, there weren't any huge shape-ups. I believe the top 8 teams actually stayed the same. Notre Dame did crack the top 10. I believe they came in at number 9. And we had a few changes down there at the bottom of the rankings, probably about from 25 to 18. Besides that, no major upsets. Everything stayed the same. Let's do a brief recap, see how things went. So week 8, I went a solid 22-8, 73%. Not too bad. Brings our overall to 262-77, which is still a 77% winning percentage, which my goal by the end of the season is to keep that above 75%. I consider it to be a successful year if I'm at 75% correct or better, and right now we are definitely meeting those standards. Besides that, though, there wasn't a huge, exciting week of college football. I was really looking forward to that Penn State-Michigan game and Notre Dame-USC, and neither of those really lived up to the hype. I mean, for Notre Dame and Penn State, that was great, but the games that we all expect to be close weren't, and everybody else took care of business. Now, Oklahoma State almost got upset at Texas. Oklahoma almost got upset at Kansas State, and Miami almost lost to Syracuse, who was on trying to upset another top 10 team. Weren't able to pull it out. So those games were exciting, but besides that, fairly dull for the most part. As you can see here, I've got my teams trending down and teams trending up. We'll start with trending down. First one is Arkansas. And I probably could have put these guys on there a little earlier, but I was waiting to see if they were going to give Auburn any sort of fight, and they just didn't. They just imploded like they always have. They're sitting at 2-5 right now. And Brett Bielema is definitely on the hot seat. And I think if he loses one, maybe 2 more games and does not get the Razorbacks to a bowl game, I think he's going to be out of a job at Fayetteville, despite what many people think. We'll have to play that by ear, but Arkansas is definitely not looking good right now. And I think it's Arkansas and Missouri at the basement of the SEC. Missouri might just be a little bit better right now. Michigan, I'm aware that they're only a 2-loss team, so I know a couple people might be like, why are they down this low on the trending down spot? Keep in mind, they've lost to Penn State. That game wasn't even close. They got ran over by Saquon Barkley, who I think is still in the lead for the Heisman race right now. Michigan had one of the best defenses in the country and got run over by him. They're down to 2 losses, lost at home to Michigan State, as well as Penn State, and now they're out of the rankings for the first time in 2 years. So things are not looking good for Michigan. They should win their next 3 games against fairly mediocre opponents, but those last 2 games of the season when they face Wisconsin and Ohio State, those are going to be brutal. And they're going to be lucky if they can split both of those, if not lose both. So Michigan, I have them trending down right now, but I'm sure they'll hopefully turn things around with a Harbaugh-led team. He usually knows how to fix these things. Teams trending up. Iowa State. Now, I've got a lot of hate for my Iowa State predictions, and I'll admit I was clearly wrong. I did not expect Iowa State to do this well. In my video, I think I said I had them going anywhere from 2-10 to 4-8, somewhere in that range. Right now, they are 5-2. I think they've surprised everybody in the entire country. The biggest moment for them so far obviously came when they defeated Oklahoma when they were number 3 at the time. That's what really got Iowa State on the map. They haven't lost since, took care of business at Texas Tech this past weekend. So Iowa State's looking really good. They have a huge showdown against undefeated TCU this coming Saturday, and that could have huge Big 12 championship implications if Iowa State can defeat TCU. And that game's at Iowa State, so make sure you keep your eye on that. And Arizona, another 5-2 team right now, who I didn't have projected to do that well. I think I had them going 5-7. But with the emergence of Khalil Tate at quarterback, having that dual threat quarterback, he's been running over every defense that he's come across. They survived a thriller last night at California. I believe that game went to 2 overtimes. So Arizona's definitely looking like Pac-12 title contenders right now if they can pull up a few more upsets. And assuming Tate stays healthy, they're going to be very, very difficult to stop. So they're doing a great job there. For Arizona. So those are my teams trending up, trending down. Like I said, the teams that are in the top 10, maybe top 15, usually will not make this list unless they've just really, really impressed me. And I've gotten a few comments asking why Boston College isn't on the teams trending up. And I'll say that's because they're only 4-4 right now. Yes, they defeated Louisville on the road. And yes, they defeated Virginia when they were 5-1 on the road. Annihilated them, I think it was 41-10. But they're only 4-4 right now, so if they maybe get 1 or 2 more wins, I might throw them on the teams trending up, but we'll just have to wait and see. Overall, though, not a horrible week, 77%, not too bad at all. Week 9 is going to be even better. We have tons more of ranked versus ranked matchups, so make sure you keep your eye out for that. And remember, on Halloween night, that's the first night of college football playoff rankings, so we'll make sure to recap that when we get there. It's definitely going to be a lot of fun, so make sure you keep an eye on all these games Saturday, as they're going to have huge implications in not only their conference, but in the playoff race as well. Thank you for watching. Please continue to like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you next time on The Gridiron Expert.